I've been working for the Times since 1989, so I've seen a lot of changes in the Los Angeles food scene. It's deeper, richer, better than it's ever been.
I think when you're a restaurant critic, it's very much like being a theater critic. Every time you slide behind a table you haven't been in before, it must be like a theater critic waiting for the curtain to go up. Sometimes you find something absolutely extraordinary, not just a new dish, but even a new cuisine whose existence you were completely ignorant of just a half hour ago.
I think LA used to be, the food scene used to just be about the scene, and now it's more about the food, the bar programs. Everything's sort of stepping it up, everybody's raising their game. It used to be about New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and now I think LA gets included in that conversation.
This is, I think, the first generation of chefs that have really grown up in a world in which food wasn't viewed as some weird thing that you just did at home 3 times a day, but it's been viewed as like a cultural phenomenon, something to be celebrated and shared. There's nothing like discovering what lives at the end of your fork.
With people's knowledge of food increasing, the general public is becoming more interested in food and what we're doing, in the kitchen, and why we've dedicated our lives to being in a place that's confined with very few windows and very hot.
Even if you're just cooking voyeuristically by watching someone on TV, you're into food. When you have a festival like this, it brings all the best chefs, all the best restaurants here in one place, and we can celebrate and appreciate what we all love to do.
Just the pure pleasure of serving people, making people happy, making people really enjoy something they may not have tried before. Like we served today, head cheese. Most people were kind of freaked out, but then you challenge them to try it, they love it. They realize that the head's just another piece of meat. I said I'd give them $5 out of my own pocket if they didn't like it, and yet I have not spent a dime, and you cannot ask for much more than that.
It's really overwhelming. When you have a restaurant, you don't get to see that always first bite. And the great thing about doing an event like this, you cut it, it's juicy, it's delicious. There's people take that first bite and they look at you like, wow. It's overwhelming. I mean, everybody that comes through the line, it's instant gratification for myself in a way. It's a nice feeling.
I think that the reason that we made Huckleberry an open kitchen is because I wanted myself and my bakers, who are up at 2, 3 in the morning to be able to go and look over at people tasting their thing. Like, there's nothing better on earth than watching somebody take a bite of something that you love and loving it as much as you do and making them happy. That's like what we live for. That's why we do this,
I lived in LA for 3 years. I'm actually from Southern California, not too far from here. Memories is really defines success for us. And so the memories that continue to happen in our kitchens with our colleagues, in our dining room with our colleagues, and certainly with our guests, are ones that are really deep inside of us, and ones that are so meaningful for us, and ones that we'll cherish for the rest of our lives.
When you've been doing something for 35 years and you can say that every day you learn something new, either you're a really slow learner or you've got the greatest job in the world.